Welcome dear students to next lecture of bookkeeping and accountancy. I am Mrs. Neeta Ivle. We are studying second chapter, that is meaning and fundamentals of double entry bookkeeping. In last lecture we understood methods of recording transactions, types of accounts and also classification of accounts according to traditional approach and the debit and credit effects. Accounting for financial transactions can be classified into two types of approaches. One is traditional approach and another is modern approach. Friends, we have studied traditional approach in last lecture. Do you remember? We discussed about personal and impersonal accounts. Right? Classification of accounts under both traditional and modern rules of accounting is done very differently. Traditional approach is also known as British approach, while modern approach is also known as American approach. The British or traditional style of accounting classifies all accountings of a business into three main groups, that is real account, personal account and nominal account. On the other hand, modern approach and according to modern rules of accounting is also known as American accounting system. Accounts are classified into five different types, that is assets, liabilities, capital, revenue, gains and expenses. Today we are going to focus on the modern approach of accounting. So, get ready to understand modern approach of accounting. Under the modern approach, the accounts are not debited and credited. Hence, the accounting equation is used to debit or credit an account. Thus, it is also known as the accounting equation approach. The basic accounting equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. What is capital? Capital means owner's equity. So the equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. The accounting equation should be remained balanced every time, because we know that each transaction has dual aspect. That means two effects. Thus, each transaction will either affect the debit side or credit side. Also, a transaction may affect two accounts on the debit side or two accounts on credit side. Also, the profit will increase the capital and losses will decrease the capital. Let's see rules of debit and credit as per modern approach. Once again, see the five categories in which we are going to classify the accounts. Those five categories are assets, liabilities, capital, revenue and gains and expenses. Assets, liabilities, capital, revenue and gains and expenses. Right? Under the modern approach, the accounts can be classified as follows. The first category is assets. Assets are the properties, possessions, or economic resources of a business. They help in business operations and help in earning revenues. They can be measured in terms of money. For example, cash account, computer account, building account, machinery account, goodwill account, etc. Assets can be tangible or intangible. Also, assets can be classified as fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets are held for the long time. For example, land, building, furniture, machinery, vehicles, etc. On the other hand, current assets are held for short time. That means they can be held for less than 12 months. For example, debtors, bills receivables, bank balance, cash, stock of goods, etc. The second category is liabilities account. Liabilities are the amounts that an entity owes to the outsiders. These are the obligations or the debts payable by the business. For example, unpaid interest account, creditors account, bank loan account, outstanding rent account, etc. Liabilities can also be classified as long-term and current liabilities. Long-term liabilities are payable after a period of 1 year. For example, debentures, bank loan account, etc. Current liabilities are payable within a year. For example, creditors, bills payable, rent outstanding, bank overdraft, etc. Now the third category is capital accounts. The money brought into the business by the owner is called capital or owner's equity. Capital account represents owner's account. For example, Anil's capital account, Manoj and Sons capital account, sports clubs account, etc. The capital can be brought in cash or assets by the owner. Drawings are the amount of cash, goods, or assets taken by the owner for personal use from the business. Drawings are also considered in capital account. The fourth category is revenue and gains accounts. Revenue is the amount earned by the business by selling goods or rendering of services. Also, it includes other incomes such as rent received, the commission received, interest received, dividend earned, etc. All items of revenue are also clubbed together under the modern approach. The fifth category, that is last category, is of expenses accounts. All costs incurred or money spent by a business in order to earn revenues is called expenses. Therefore, the purchase of goods is expenditure while the cost of goods sold is an expense. For example, rent paid, salary paid, electricity charges, interest paid, etc. are expenses. While the purchase of assets, purchase of short-term investments, etc. fall under the category of assets. You should remember this. In short, in the given chart, different types of accounts have been summarized. All accounts are divided into 5 categories for the purpose of recording the transactions, namely assets, liabilities, capital, expenses or losses, and revenues and gains. Friends, neatly understand this classification. Let's see the rules which we have to follow while recording. Friends, as I stated, according to the modern approach, all accounts are divided into 5 categories for the purpose of recording the transactions. That is assets, liabilities, capital, expenses and losses, and revenue and gains. 2 fundamental rules to be followed to record the changes in these accounts. Right? Only 2 fundamental rules. Now see, for recording change in assets, expenses and losses, increase in asset is debited and decrease in assets is credited. Also, increase in expenses or losses is debited and decrease in expenses or losses is credited. Once again, I am telling, increase in assets or increase in expenses should be debited and decrease in assets value or decrease in expenses and losses should be credited. This is the first rule. Now see the second rule. For recording changes in liabilities, capital, revenue and gains, increase in liabilities is credited and decrease in liabilities is debited. Increase in capital is credited and decrease in capital is debited. Increase in revenue or gains is credited and decrease in revenue or gains is debited. Now, once again I am telling the second rule. Increase in liabilities, capital, revenues or gains should be credited and decrease in liabilities, capital, revenue and gains should be debited. So these two rules you have to keep in your mind, and these rules should be followed while recording the transactions, right? Now see, you must understand these rules with the example. We have 5 examples here and we will see one by one. So the first example I have given here is paid to Anil rupees 500. Now on left hand side I have given the questions which you have to ask yourself. Then only you will be able to give the effects of debit and credit. The first is two aspects. Which two aspects are involved here? Now the two aspects are Anil is receiver here and cash is going out from the business. Then which two accounts are affecting here? First is Anil account and second is cash account. Now see, Anil account should be categorized in liabilities. Okay, and here the liability is decreasing, so we will give it debit. So Anil account should be debited. What about cash? Cash will be included in asset account under the category of assets. And here cash is decreasing, so we will give it credit. Okay. Now have this second example. The second example is received commission rupees 1000. Received commission rupees 1000. Which two aspects are here? Now first is cash is coming in the business and second is commission received. Now which account will affect here? Cash account and commission account. Cash account will be categorized under assets account and here cash is going to increase, so we will give it debit. When we find any increase in asset, we will give it debit as per the modern approach. Now commission account will be included in the category of revenue and gains, and if there we find increase, we will give it credit, right? Now let's have the third example. The third example is purchased goods in cash rupees 2000. We are going to purchase goods in cash rupees 2000. Which two aspects you will find here? Purchases are expenses, we know that, and cash is going out. Which two accounts? Purchase account and cash account. Now purchases are expenses, so we will include it under the category of expenses. Here expenses are increasing, so we will give it debit. Now on the other hand, cash will be categorized in the asset account, and if cash is going down, that means decreasing, so we will give it credit. Now the fourth example in front of you is sold goods for cash rupees 800. Now here two aspects are cash is coming in the business and sales are income to the business. Which two accounts are involved here? Cash account and sales account. Of course, cash account will be categorized under assets account, and if the cash is increasing here, we will give it debit. What about sales? Sales are income or revenue for business, and if they are increasing, we will give it credit. Now let's have the fifth example, that is paid salary rupees 1500. Paid salary rupees 1500. Which two aspects you will find here? Salary is expenses and cash is going out, right? So salary account and cash account will affect with this transaction. Now salary of course is expenses, so we will include it in the category of expenses account, and if expenses are increasing, we will give it debit. Cash account again is categorized under asset account, and if it is decreasing, we will give it credit. Right? So in this way, we have seen the examples how the modern approach affect on debit and credit effects. Friends, I will insist you to learn this chart by heart. Now see, you will find here two rules, that is increase in asset and expenses and losses are debited, and decrease in assets and expenses or losses should be credited. And the second rule is increase in liabilities, capital, revenue are credited, and decrease in liabilities, capital and revenues should be debited. Friends, today we understood modern approach of classification of accounts. Hope you got all the points. In next lecture, we will discuss about accounting equation. That is very important, accounting equation. Thank you for watching attentively.